Nope.
Hey, at least if you receive a widow's kiss, you don't have to worry about jealous husbands, right?
That's true, I suppose.
Checkmate.
I suppose that is true, yeah, unless they come back from the grave. It is Halloween right now.
This is a very weird setup we're seeing right here.
Ooh, I like it,
Some
though.
cheese, Doa.
Yeah, Mighty Storm just looking to take advantage of EnvyUs, whatever side they come out. Let's see if this
they're not
works.
coming around the side that they want to.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Yep, they find him, and they immediately back away. EnvyUs just kind of brawling now with this. Fellow having to back off immediately. Internet Hulk with the kill onto Jack if the May can't even live. Things are going poorly. Fellow does get the kill, though, onto Internet Hulk, so maybe Mighty Storm can hold this a bit. Tailspin, though, on top of the building with that Genji. Charging with those right clicks, or left clicks, rather. And I think EnvyUs has a pretty good chance to take this. Oh, Taimu sticking on that Widowmaker, and he's already delivering the kisses.
Jeez.
Whoa! Taimu!
He's just kissing everybody.
It's been so long. Love is in the air. Oh, it's painful. It's painful to watch.
This is actually hurting my soul, though. I feel really bad for Mighty Storm right now.
I have a bomb. All right, that may have been a little bit of a waste, but
also, we didn't even really have a chance to talk about this. Harry Hook is playing Tracer.
Right. Oh.
So Coco is on Lucio. They've entirely switched things up, running with the single tank composition. But this is that versatility that we know EnvyUs can pull off, and this is why they're so hard to play against, because they have such flexibility in their hero pools, and to a degree that almost no other team has.
Wow. All right, Tailspin very low, gets the heals in the end. And so
Dragon Blade is
now.
up.
Yep, Mighty Storm drops the Blizzard to try to hold this point for the moment. Tailspin just skirting into the side. He's like, I can still get in the corner. Goodbye, May. Soon. I mean it, really. Sound barrier used. There's a Dragon Blade. EnvyUs wanting to finish this one off quickly. We'll see if they can. Dragon Blade not picking up anything quite yet. Finds the Ana in the end. Zarya's Shield's going to keep her alive for a little bit longer. Had that nano boost as well. EnvyUs getting the kills. It's a close spawn. It can be hard to take these points sometimes, but you wouldn't know that by watching this game, would you?
No, you definitely wouldn't. The cleanup just keeps coming in. Pulse Bomb back available for Harry Hook. Going to drop it.
Good wall,
Harry,
actually.
Yeah, Harry, missing a couple of those so far. Not quite getting the sticks, but
yeah.
See if they can hold on to this. The flood of members of Mighty Storm continues to come in, and there we have the Zarya ultimate getting that kill onto Tailspin.
Dropping the Graviton Surge. EnvyUs may have to back up a little bit here and regroup. Or not. Never mind. They can just jump back on the point. Taimu right there. Closer to another Death Blossom, of course. Finally has to back away slightly, and EnvyUs resetting just a bit now.
Yeah, they couldn't quite even cap the first tick on that point, so Mighty Storm did a good job of trickling in one by one and eventually just grinding it out. Taimu fall off the upper level right there. Has switched up onto the Reaper.
All right, he is just fearless on this Reaper, man, but Internet Hulk coming in to help out as well. Gets out sound barriers, they try to push. There goes Fellow, Yoshi down as well. Another Blizzard coming in, Taimu frozen, taken out by Jack. And he was not ready for that Blizzard, didn't have the Wraith form available. Tailspin very, very low on this Genji, down to 7 HP. Gets back to the small health canister. And now gets some heals rather coming in.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sloppy nano boost right there. It was after the freeze, and yeah, it does give you that 50% damage reduction, but by that time, Taimu's health had already dropped so low that able to be focused down nearly instantaneously by Mighty Storm. And now they've got to sit back and wait for that to charge up. Tailspin, the only one with an ult up right now. He's going to find Fellow. And yeah, just
a fine fellow.
He is a fine fellow. Find that fine fellow. And he's going to come back around.
Fellow finally. He's right behind you.
Yep, didn't check the corner. Still gets the reflect.
Yep, should be okay. There's a Dragon Blade. We'll see what he can get out of it. Shield ends on Zarya right the minute. That's going to be a kill, and this is a clean fight for EnvyUs. Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yep, but they're surviving long enough with the help of the May wall. Point coming in for the capture now. Ana and Lucio are alive. They're waiting for other respawns, though. Zarya up at the moment.
Whoa, sound barrier used on, I believe, just one member of Mighty Storm.
Yikes.
Yeah, Room coming in and trying to hold it just by himself. It's not going to work in a very fast time set by EnvyUs on what could be, what will probably be the last map in the series.
That could have been, though, a 6-minute time bank for them, but it was
very nearly was.
A fight off of there. Did end up with a couple extra minutes going over to Mighty Storm, so they end with 3:52, which is obviously still a very respectable time for 2-point capture.
Yeah.
And now Mighty Storm, we'll see if they can capture this first point. Let's get at least 1 point in this match for them.
I mean, Volskaya point A is pretty easy to take.
That's true.
You don't often get held on point A. Then again, you don't often find yourself on Mighty Storm going up against EnvyUs. Let's take a look at some of those highlights. Man, Taimu finding the headshots.
Oh, he missed one.
Oh, well, he's fired. There we go. All right, he's rehired. Oh. Time to reap. Well, what can you say? How about another one? Like it? Right about now. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Well, those Widow buffs, one of the other things that Blizzard changed was there was, I believe, a 0.1 second delay on reaching full charge after you first scoped. It was a bug.
Yeah.
And so not only do you get the change from 0.5 to 0.33 seconds when you scope, now that bug has also been fixed.
That tenth of a second, man.
Yeah, but in total, you're talking about nearly a quarter second faster to reach full charge on that shot.
True.
Which is, in the world of Overwatch, can be an eternity. And really allowing perhaps a Widowmaker to come back in vogue once again.
So I wonder if we're going to see Chloe stick with that Pharah. Probably not. I'm not so sure. They're not running the Mercy, obviously. Only one tank. I think he's got to be switching back to, possibly a Winston or maybe even a Reinhardt. We'll see.
Envy opting for a very standard composition this time.
Yep, got that Roadhog on Taimu. Roadhog, certainly one of the best heroes for holding a point like this. You can be mobile, you can get those picks from a lot of different angles. EnvyUs defending on the side of the truck initially. Ship sailing set up on the building, as you often see. And we'll see how long EnvyUs can hold point A. If they manage to hold point A or even point B here, that's it. The match is over.
Well, Fire Strike going to kill Jack right there.
Yep.
As it poked down just a little bit at one of those Fire Strikes. You're at half HP as Tracer can go ahead and finish you off right there, but that's a pretty substantial pick right at the start of this fight, losing out on a lot of the DPS that Mighty Storm has until he can make his way back to be with the rest of his team.
Tailspin on that Reaper now. As we see Mighty Storm try to skirt around the outside. Looks like they're getting pushed back. Whoa! Meanwhile, Chloe goes deep on that Reinhardt, taking a lot of shots. Finally goes down. And Tracer not going to last too much longer, it looks like, as well. EnvyUs on the point defending, and Mighty Storm having a really hard time making any progress here. Yep, they will have to back up. Fellow on that McCree nearly has a Deadeye, but no, not a lot of good angles to come in with the Deadeye on point A here on Volskaya. Whoa, a hook from Taimu. There's a kill into SIP. Not sure how he got all the way back there.
That is such a brutal split spawn, too, because everybody else is ready to go in. And Ana had the ultimate up, the nano boost was ready, and now they just have to wait for it. It's one of the few ultimates they had at the time to work with. They just keep getting poked and poked and poked by the Zarya grenades here.
And when you see an Ana out of position like that, too, it just really shows that Mighty Storm, lacks just a lot of that basic coordination. The other teams are going to try to go in now with that Graviton Surge. Nice pin from Coco onto Fellow, though, and already EnvyUs holding this point pretty easily. Internet Hulk helping Taimu pick up another kill there. He's gotten 3 in this fight already. Hi. See ya. It's a drive-by wave.
Giving the salutations to a charging Reinhardt, and Tailspin just lurking right in the garage next to the point there.
Well, when you look up Raffle Stomp in the dictionary, you'll probably find a link to this series. After tonight, Tailspin comes in with that Death Blossom, gets a lot. Taimu, the beneficiary of a lot of those low health members of Mighty Storm as well, and it's going to be a team kill. There we go. The final one taken out by Tailspin. And just a minute 30 on the clock. Let's watch that fight again.
What can you say? Great coordination. The instant he pops out of that door, gets Ana ulted, then doubles back. Great map awareness from Tailspin, realizing where everybody else was to clean up, and with that speed boost, able to run down the rest of his targets with ease.
Normally at this point we'd be looking like at what sort of ult economy each team possesses and all that, but none of that seems to matter in this game. It all is just about the superior fighting, and whoa, that got that Earth Shatter off at Taimu just in time, because that whole hog was about to wreck them. Jack in the back lines, that sound barrier helping out as well. The Internet Hulk getting a little bit low there. Jack finally making a little bit happen, but no. EnvyUs still getting the better end of this fight pretty easily.
They just keep getting caught in that room. First off, it was when they tried to go past the point with the Death Blossom. Then another read, they try and change their approach. Instead of rushing straight in, go around the left side. But there's a Roadhog there waiting with the whole hog, and when you're in a confined space like that, he can just walk forward and pump rounds into you into the wall. I mean, they shut him down, but there's just too much else for Envy to work with. They have another nano boost right now.
Sleep dart onto Taimu. They do manage to get the pick onto that off of it. Good start. Tailspin though with that nano boost, looking for more. Gets one, has that death blossom to use on the point if he needs to. Let's find out. Waiting for everybody to group up quite nicely.
Nano boosted Tracer.
Oh, he does go down, and looks like Mighty Storm may be able to get their single point here. It's a lot of kills. Down to overtime already here on point A, but they will be able to capture it. So there you go. 1 point for Mighty Storm. And it's going to be very hard for them to take point B here.
There's a lot of faith in the Tracer to commit to the nano boost onto Jack, but do get the work done in the end as after an early pickoff on Taimu. So now 4 more minutes, but you can see already they are a smaller time bank, even if they were to cap immediately compared to Envy.
That's right. Tailspin, one of my favorite early 90s cartoons. But also,
I love that
great
he named
Overwatch
himself that. That's so awesome.
It is good. He's spinning in there. And it's going to be a couple. Gets pinned in the end, but does get 1 kill. Fellow looking for 1 here. Onto Coco. We'll see if he can get it. Not quite. There's a hook from Taimu. Oh, he rotates to the back, though. One of those awkward hook moments. And Coco finally gets the kill on him.
There's a little bit of odd clipping through the Roadhog.
Once in a while, that still happens.
I
right?
thought they fixed that.
They
bug.
did for the most part, but you still get it every once in a while. With yeah, it depends. If you're moving forward too, and if it's kind of an angle, it happens a lot more frequently. But it does happen a lot less than it used to. As someone who's played a lot of Roadhog, it feels better now than it did. Yoshi coming in. I think we're going to see that Graviton Surge very soon, probably. Whole hog used, though. They're going to have to survive that first, and they're not going to be able to. Chip Sailing getting the kill onto Yoshi there. EnvyUs pushing back. Mighty Storm already. Chloe taken out. Time with another kill, and Fellow just hanging out.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
To creep. Whoop, look, misses.
Yeah, just sitting there waiting for the rest of his team to respond. Does have to use that Ray Foreman back off.
Yeah. By the way, I love the Junkenstein's monster skin for Roadhog right now. The gun and the hook look so cool when you're playing as that skin.
all the Halloween skins are pretty great.
Oh,
though.
they are. They are awesome. Mighty Storm trying to come in again from the high ground. We'll see what they can do. Yoshi getting the back lines. They're going to use the sound barrier as well. Nano boost onto the Reaper as they go after Taimu now, wisely. But this takes Fellow way outside of the fight. Gets hooked, gets taken out. Doesn't even get any kills, man. That's the thing. You nano boost the Reaper, but he uses the entire charge going after 1 member of the enemy team. You can't do that. You force the Roadhog off to the point anyway. Turn onto his teammates. Make use of that nano boost. Don't just chase him.
Yeah, it's also just incredibly dangerous to chase that Roadhog because yes, you're nano boosted, but he can buy time with that hook while you're in the nano boost state. So it's kind of a bait there by Taimu, and saw Felho eat it hook, line, and sinker, and now they're back to square one, but they have a lot of ultimates to use here. Still an opportunity to take this point. Tailspin, after switching over to May, has the Blizzard available, though.
Mighty Storm setting up yet again, and they are rapidly running out of time. Only 1 more push after this one. If it fails, maybe not even that. Fellow coming in from behind, protected, or rather hit by the May wall. Earthshatter comes in as EnvyUs picks up 2 kills already. Doesn't look like this one's going to work out. Taimu able to hold that whole hog anyway. Hold the whole hog. All right. Internet Hulk gets a little bit low on the side. Tailspin does go down, but still just not enough remaining for Mighty Storm to put together any sort of reasonable push out of this.
That looked so good at the start, though. Jack got the initial pick using the Pulse Bomb onto Harry Hook, but they hesitated a little bit after that instead of just immediately taking the man advantage fight on the point. And Felho, as you said, he's held on to his ult this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, both
he's had ult for the last 2 fights.
Both DPSs on Mighty Storm seem very hesitant to use their ults here in fights, and I think that's hurting him. You really got to go ham now. Internet Hulk and the rest of EnvyUs seem to be ready, though. Taimu pops out a whole hog, and it looks like it's going to be no problem at all for them to hold Mighty Storm. 2 kills coming in, make it 3. And only the supports and Reaper ready to go, and Fellow still has that Death Blossom. He's got to use it now. Gets slipped immediately by Chips. Woken up again, but it doesn't matter. The ult was countered. That is it. They're going to finish him off, and I think they're going to finish off this match in style. As there goes overtime, and EnvyUs takes it with